What up, world? It's your boy Jeff, aka Cool Boy Jeff, right here. This is the only place you can find the waves, the Wave 804. I got my man Austin, aka Tony Hawks, in the building, man. What's up with you? Go ahead and introduce yourself, big dog.
Yo, what's up, guys? I'm Austin, manager here at RoundTwo RVA. We're here to talk about Richmond. We're here to talk about skateboarding, and we're here to talk about RoundTwo.
Okay. So definitely, man, what brings me back here through today, a lot of people that do know and do watch the Wave 804, that this is your second time being on here. Thank you, man, for being a blessing soul. And you just been such an inspiration to what I've been doing today, and watching your videos, not only at work, but also your skateboard videos as well. So let me know how you have the time to do both work and skateboard.
All right, so work takes up a lot of time. That's for sure. I work here Tuesday through Saturday, so I'm off Sundays and Mondays. I think the way to really balance it is like know how much work you have to put into like what allows for you to have fun outside of the shop. So like everything that I do on the skateboard like involves traveling, involves expensive camera equipment, all that stuff. So like I have to hold it down here, have to earn my paycheck, and like look at it as like this is what allows me to have fun outside of the shop. And that way like I'm not burnt out here and I'm not burnt out like going out and putting in work. Because like when I'm filming or I'm skating, it is work, you know what I'm saying? Like you're putting in work, whether it be like for pay or not. So it's nice, you have to keep like a fresh perspective as for like, this is what pays the bills, this is what lets me have fun. And then when I'm out having fun, that's like my time away from the shop that allows me to recharge and come here and put in hard work. So gotta keep that perspective fresh.
That's definitely dope.
Yeah.
And for you have a very Kendrick soul, and your energy is impeccable. Can you let everybody know how long did it take for you to really grasp the energy with the time that you got to put into both skateboarding and work?
I mean, I think like for me, work ethic has been something like that I was raised to have. You know what I mean? So I think working hard or just like staying constantly motivated and being busy is like something I've just always done. Like even if it was unintentionally, I've always kept a full schedule. Less downtime, the better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, I think just like being raised to like work hard was like really helpful for me, and like constantly staying motivated, constantly staying positive, and like finding things to do. Yeah.
Man, that's definitely it's very dope. So to see you work so hard for both working and also working hard in skateboarding. Tell me about the practice that you have to really put in with skateboarding, and then that you use to that you also transfer the energy into working as well.
Yeah, so skateboarding is repetition. Skateboarding is like borderline insanity, just like over and over and over again, trying something. If you fall, trying something like no matter what. This is homie out. He also skateboards. He can tell you a lot about skateboarding. Yeah, like repetition. And so that also relates to just like working hard in a store like this, where I'm buying product, I'm dealing with customers, like each transaction, you know what I'm saying? If you look at it like trying a trick, you gotta do it right. You gotta do it right every time. You know what I mean? And like doing it, the more you do it, the easier it is to do it right every time. So that's helpful also.
That's what's up. And practice makes perfect. So I see that you have a whole lot of hard work. Not to say that you don't have talent, but you have so much hard work that you put into your craft. You sharpen it. Tell me about the mindset that you have to also balance both. Because I know it can be hectic.
Yeah.
You can be tired. You can be stressed. And also you have a personal life on your own. So go ahead and elaborate about that too.
Yeah. So like for me, skateboarding is my personal life and RoundTwo is my job. I spend like most of my time not here, like out in the streets, like with the camera in my hand. I think the reason I'm able to do that like so happily and like easily is I'm working hard on a video project that I'm taking so much pride in. And the finished project is going to be like so worth all effort and money and time invested. It's going to be something that no one will ever be able to take away from me once I've like finished it, it's edited, it's dropped, there's physical DVD copies. Like once I've had, you know, a premiere day, stay tuned by the way, Visual Evidence dropping in May. It's going to be like, you know, like fruition. It's all going to be all paid off, all hard work paid off. So I can't wait. Like just anytime I'm out, whether I'm tired, whether I've fallen, whether I'm hurt, bleeding, like that's all like, you know what I'm saying? I know what it's for and how good it's going to feel to finish and like be ready to view with my homies and just view whoever wants to view it, like whoever sits down and takes it in, like hopefully they'll appreciate all the work that I put in as well. So
that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
And, I definitely see. I check out your videos when you skateboard. I seen a few when you did great. You did dope flips, tricks, and things to create of your own. But also I seen you fall.
Oh yeah.
So, and I'm applying that for everybody has different things that they do, whether they play basketball, play football, whatever, etc. And to see you fall, you constantly get back up. You keep trying. When you keep trying, what do you feel like you gain from falling?
So falling in skateboarding is like, it can be motivating or it can be like terrifying. Sometimes like you fall and you get up and you're like, all right, like quit playing, like it's time to do this. And then sometimes you fall and like you almost did some shit that you didn't even realize was a possibility, and you gotta like take a deep breath and like remove that from your thought process to continue trying as hard as you were. Skateboarding to me is like, it's a lot mental, honestly. It's really mental. Skateboarding is really mental. Like certain days, the less I'm thinking about what I have to do, the easier it is to do it. And the more I'm like in my head about whatever I'm trying, the harder it's gonna be to execute. And I think in general, like life is that way. You know what I mean? Like if you overthink things, like or if like you don't allow yourself to just like live in a moment and be, and you just like think and you try almost too hard to the point where it's affecting just how you exist in an environment. Like you just have to be natural. You have to be yourself, and that's in skateboarding. That's in life. So
that's respect, and I definitely respect that. The reason why I ask, because I know a lot of people, they like to see everybody's success instead of the hard work.
Yeah,
like it wasn't easy. Even though Jordan had 6 rings, it's just like he wasn't born with special powers. Like he was actually in the gym working, shooting.
Yeah.
And like Kobe Bryant, he was practicing shooting. Like every time before he had a game, he was out there on the court shooting consistently. You know what I'm saying? He never gave up on himself.
For sure.
So that was great that you detailed, because like even people come in here, they see that they come buy your clothing or they ask you a whole different things about the job or whatnot. And also while you're working, you have to build character. You have to build a way to have a relationship with the customer and have that. So what can you say about yourself personality wise to make you connect with people?
I think it's just being self-aware. I know I'm a person, I know you're a person, and anyone that walks into the store, we're all human. So just understanding, you know, like what people are looking for out of their experience here and trying to relate to that and accommodate that. You know what I'm saying? People come here from as far away as like, I think I've met a kid that came from like Sweden. He flew here like to Richmond to see the store with his mom, like I think for his like 16th or 17th birthday. He was a younger kid. But they took like a plane trip here. And so, you know, like anytime you're humbled enough by like meeting someone who's came so far to their everyday life to be a part of yours, you like, you know, borderline owe them, or at least the way I see it, you owe them like the experience that they sought. You know, I mean, they deserve it after like coming from so far away. Especially if like it'll be received well, and if you can just tell that it's all gonna be easy. Like it goes back to just being natural. Like, you know, sometimes you can't force somebody to like you. So when it all just works out, that's when it's dope.
That's dope. No, and you know, it's definitely dope that she has somebody all the way from a different country, overseas, to come over here and see you guys. Cause he might have seen the videos on YouTube or made a look on the page on Instagram or other social media site. What can you say was the best thing that this job ever gave to you? Was it just being around people? You seeing the clothing?
I mean, we're talking about skateboarding, so like I wouldn't probably skate again. Like I wouldn't skate probably like for sure if I didn't work here. The original store 104 was across Broad Street from Utmost, and so like every nice day I'd be in the shop at work. I grew up skating. Like I skated in middle school, but I didn't touch a skateboard from like 8th grade till like years after I graduated. So I'd be chilling at work in 104. Utmost is across the street. All the homies are skating, and it was just like, dude, like I might need to cop a board again. And that was like 2.5 years ago. So like just this job gave me the love or the rebirth of love and passion that I have for skateboarding. You know, just as like a central topic. This job's given me more than that, obviously, like, but just, you know, related to why we're here. I probably wouldn't even skate if I didn't have the position I had, like working across from Utmost, making friends with those guys, and like literally getting to see people like with style, like wearing streetwear, landing tricks, like so it was like, you know, it was like addicting, like getting me back into the scene. It snatched me back into it, you know, by force basically. So yeah, I mean, here I am 2.5 years later. Most of my time away from work I spend skating. I'm working on a full-length skate video featuring like a lot of the homies who got me back into the whole thing. So it's all kind of come full circle. So it's sick, yeah.
That's what's up, man. And then, you know, it's very dope that you had where I can see is a niche, that you had something that pulls you in and still continue to push you and do what you do. But you also have a job that's paying you, but you're able to be yourself 24/7.
It helps.
And how was it meeting your boss and him giving you a job, and what things did you have to go through to earn your job?
Well, I mean, you know, everybody at this point knows Sean. When I started working here 3 years ago, a lot of people in Richmond knew Sean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think for anybody who's like young and has never met Sean but looks up to him, like he can be an intimidating person to approach, you know what I mean? Just off of like, just knowing, you know, what he's accomplished, who he is, like how he rolls, like I was nervous to meet Sean and talk to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna front. 3 years ago, like before I knew the dude, like I thought I had so much respect for this store. And this goes back to like me thinking other people will think the way I do. So for me, when they started the store, I would have felt like I was being insulting to ask if they needed help, because I was like, yo, like they just opened the store, like they got it. I know if I just opened the store and some little kid came in asking for a job, I'd be like, we got it. So I didn't immediately feel comfortable approaching them to ask for a job, really until like I needed a job, and like the necessity of like income forced me into feeling like, all right, Austin, like go have this conversation, like you could do well here. If they could see what you know you would be able to do here, then like it'll all work out for everyone. And so I definitely had to have like a pretty uncomfortable, like, hey Sean, like I'd like to work here type of conversation that ended up resulting in me getting a job. And like here we are 3 years later, I managed the store.
That's what's
and
up.
they, you know, they were allowed to go to Los Angeles and New York and succeed, and still have someone, you know, here in Richmond holding it down. Not to say that my coworkers don't do a great job. Thomas, Chang, CJ,
good dudes.
Lucas, yeah, like
good
all
dudes.
the homies, Buddy. I'm not gonna leave anybody unnamed. Everybody kills it. So
that's what's up. And then it's so
Dom.
crazy. I never knew. Shout out to Dom. I never knew that RoundTwo had a store in New York.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Hey man, congratulations on y'all success, man, and
Thanks.
for what y'all came upon. And while we on this topic, my favorite rapper is Nipsey Hussle. And the reason why I love Nipsey Hussle because of his growth. I was on him when he came out with Bullets Have No Name in Volume 1, Volume 2. Then he progressed to The Marathon Continues. Then he had Mailbox Money and so on and so forth. And then now he has Victory Lap, which did great.
Yeah.
It really did great. So looking at the growth and looking at the success, and you see the structure of everything that continues to grow and grow and grow. What can you say about RoundTwo that had that same growth into now being in Virginia, being in LA, being in New York? Someday I could see it being in London, or it could be somewhere else.
I mean, I just think it speaks to like the power of hard work. We very easily could have been satisfied with having a store in Richmond, and I won't even say we. Sean, Luke, and Chris could have been very easily satisfied with having just a store in Richmond. And I think those three dudes having like, from just the original business model, higher aspirations than only that is what really allowed for them to see outside of like the success we were having here, and know that if they made some sacrifices and worked a little harder and lost some sleep, they could put ourselves in a position to basically take over the United States from a streetwear resale standpoint. Like, you know, we own New York, we own LA. We started here in Richmond, Virginia, which a lot of people, if you're from New York or LA, struggle to realize. You know what I mean? That like, they're like, why open a store? Like, because we started here. Like, we are Richmond, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what allowed for all the success, is the market available in Richmond, and the customers that shop with us from the very first day are like the reason that we were allowed to like move to Los Angeles, the reason that we were allowed to move to New York City and have a permanent brick and mortar store that does well, that has like a line to get in, that's like constantly super busy. You know what I'm saying? So it's awesome. It's a blessing, without doubt.
Man, that's really dope. And before you go, 'cause I know you got a whole lot of work to do, and it's gonna be a busy day today. What is something that you can give to somebody who's starting something and they love it, but sometimes some people need a support system or they need a push. What can you get that person to stay focused and keep on their grind?
Biggest thing, trust yourself. Throughout being creative, you're gonna have lots of people that tell you no. You're gonna have lots of people that shit on you. If you're confident that what you're doing will work, run it, and don't allow for anybody's like negative opinion or even just like manipulative, positive, constructive criticism let you change something that you see and how you see it. Do what you do. Stay in your own lane, focus, and just like I said, like don't doubt your own creativity. Like run it. If you like it, run it.
Man, and definitely, that was some very good words, even for myself and me. Before, like we did an interview like last year, and for me starting then until for it to be now, it's growing, and a lot of people starting to see it. And for me, it gets hard because I know I'm the only one that's doing it, but I'm trying to give other people a chance for them to come in. They want them to work as well because it takes a lot off me.
Mutually beneficial.
Yeah, and it's very beneficial, but it definitely teaches me a lot to, as business-wise, to market, to merchandise, and to look at everybody around me. And I use RoundTwo as an example and see what you guys do, how y'all make sure the people is happy, how y'all make sure you guys is happy, and what is your motivation, what is your goal. Y'all already in LA and New York. I'm surprised about New York.
Yeah.
So it's like, see you guys working like that, the work ethic is through 1,000. And I just want to keep seeing you guys doing great, and I want to keep seeing you doing great, and I want to see you go far with your skateboard.
All right, cool. So lots of words of wisdom. It's Austin King, Manger of RoundTwo RVA. We're signing off. You're watching The Wave. Stay tuned.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, dude.
This is The Wave 84, and we're out, man.
Hell yeah.